Sawadee ka! Welcome to Design Asian. I'm Rosalind Lupat, your host for today. Tonight we got lots of interesting things to tell you about. First of all, for Asian updates, we're going to take you to the Vivid Sydney Festival of Lights 2012, illuminated by color spectrums, a very fascinating sight to see. Then next up is Design Idea, where we're going to take you to a special Ploy-Saeng festival as well. At 9 Space for the Youth Creative Talents. Then later on, we're going to tell you about more interesting facts and things. But starting off with Asian updates. Alright, so you ready? Let's head over to Sydney for the Festival of Lights. For those of you who missed the event that happened over the past 3 weeks, it was from May 25th to June 11th. Well, here's an overview and a look back at what happened in Sydney. Basically, the whole city was lit up in lights, but not just your ordinary lights. They were lit up with color spectrums and projected pictures all over a total of around 50 places around the city. So 50 installations like cityscapes, even the Sydney Opera House, monuments, emblematic buildings, even your street was lit up in projections of various things, varying from handprints all the way to light projections. The illumination of color spectrums actually put together shows, music, design ideas for a whole conference experience and tourism experience that people won't forget for the year. Basically, what happened was at 6 o'clock every night, the whole city was lit up in a festival of lights with vibrant streaks of color. They painted both buildings, the streets. These lights have been architectural highlights as well. And pretty much what happened, or what was done, was that a group of light projection specialists from Sydney had used the facade of various places, the Customs House for example, to present city life here. The Electric Canvas group had come together to do lots of research and put together very interesting videos to demonstrate movement, shapes, lights, color, and technology like you couldn't imagine. The Urban Screen group also projected videos and motion graphics in large-scale installations you see here across the sails of the Sydney Opera House, creating this three-dimensional interactive canvas. Things look practically HD 3D. The woman you see moving around, wow, her arms are actually moving outside of the sails, which seems pretty amazing itself. You wouldn't really understand how it's going or what's going on here behind the scenes. So, we'll tell you a little bit about how the specialists had worked together to create this experience of movement, of graphics, of 3D, of color. Let's take a look. Well, that said though, here's a little bit more information. The Sydney Opera House altogether had inverted the projections of its sails. The Culture Centre had become a home for music, dance, even theatre as well, over this Vivid Sydney Festival of Lights experience. So let's go ahead and check out and see what the experts have to say.
Urban Screen started in 2005 and was founded as an artist collective. I think it's the most famous building we've been working on yet. It's definitely a big job.
It's like a dream because we are asked to do something quite freely. We have artistic freedom.
We're testing our files and we want to see if they look on the opera the same way we saw them on our screen, which is never the case, but we're very excited how they look on the real building.
Maybe let's put back A0.
We don't like to reveal what we're doing too much before we actually do it. There's always people out at 3 or 4 in the morning, you know, can't sleep, insomniacs, that have just got aeroplanes that'll take photos, but we like to be discreet and like to say, you know, save the surprise for the launch. And also, you know, when we're doing our alignment, there are times when it's not so pretty, and we'd rather do that as much as we can after people have gone to bed, because we can't do it behind closed doors.
We do site-specific art, which is always including the public. I mean, we do it for the public, and so we imagined a lot of things, how it would look like for the people from here, from the projectors, or from being close to the opera. How can they access the sound? How is the atmosphere for them? it's a big part of the show.
Basically, it's an homage to the architecture, the work. And as the architect Jörn Utzon said about his work, he wanted to give the architecture an human expression. We are in that sense trying to give the video layer an architectural expression, so that it maybe or hopefully creates a oneness between the architecture and the virtual layer.
This is the media server. We arranged the alignment of the layers, the channels that are projecting on the opera. We have like 14 projectors, and we have to decide which channel goes on which projector.
And the higher one is absolutely synchronized with A1. All the way back. Yes.
Little final arrangements that it looks the best.
They are high-power video projectors, and they're combined in banks to give us the necessary power and light output we need. Any vibration at all will set the projectors out of alignment over that distance, and a tiny shake is a large shake on the Opera House. So it's very, very vital to us to have a very solid infrastructure so that we can maintain a very crisp and sharp images over the 3 weeks of the festival.
So this is a combination of 3 different effects. This is a 3D environment, the surface, it's real film, obviously, the dancers. And the shadows are also done with a virtual light that circles the opera in the beginning and also gets closer to the dancers. We built a little model of the opera, a 3D model, in our office. It wasn't easy at all. We had to try out a lot of effects, and a lot of them didn't work. And but in the end we found the 3 or 4 that worked most.
We have been working with the human body. We kind of established mergence between the round shape of the opera house as the human body describes this round shape, and so that you can actually feel the facade when Mimi the dancer is moving upon this facade.
We've been working with Mimi for about 4 productions already, so she's quite used to our work. She felt quite comfortable on it, and she came up with very good movements that fit the opera, that describe the opera, that she get into a duet with the architecture. She sent me an SMS from Germany, from Bremen, and she sent a toi toi toi, as we say in Germany, so good luck for the show, and she said she's excited.
Hello, here we are at Vivid, excited.
Enjoy.
There's nothing left to do. We did a good job so far. The technicians also should work, but maybe this is the reason why I'm nervous.
So we saw how Syndey lit up in vivid colors. Now let's turn over to Design Idea to see the Ploy-Saeng 9 festival space for youth talents and how that turned out.